So, I'm ridiculously excited. Tonight, we are hosting a murder mystery party. And the theme is Trailer Park Tragedy. You done it, Dirk?
Oh, you done it, what?
My daughter! No!
Oh my God!
That danced on her grave. That's who done it.
Luella.
My mama did it. Oh, well, I don't even know what's going on. I just moved here.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I've got a prime suspect for who stole that wax.
I think it's Steve.
I'd stay away from that Cindy Lou. Go away from her.
Cindy Lou's looking awfully suspect. She's my love. Bobby Ray or Cindy Lou?
Letter screen.
I think it was Dirk. I think Dirk did it.
Danny. My guess is Bobby Ray.
Pro tips for hosting a murder mystery party. Pro tip number one is invite fun people. Make sure that the people you invite are going to be just like awesome and in character. Our friends were awesome. And honestly, I didn't realize this until after the fact that I invited people that might not have enjoyed the murder mystery thing, and they bowed out on their own. And I was like, you know what? That's perfect, because the reason they gave was like, hey, we're not murder mystery, you know, dress up as a character and, you know, act type of people. So I think we're just gonna make your party not fun. And I was like, I just really appreciated that. So make sure the people that you do invite are willing to, you know, do a minor bit of acting and get in character and dress goofy and just have a good time. So pro tip number one, make sure that your friends show up. They have to show up to make the story go, so they pretty much need 100% commitment from them. And I know that's tough, and I know that's a lot, but I mean, all but emergency, like to cancel, because it affects everyone else's characters so much. With that, so another 1 point whatever pro tip is we had 20 people, and so Kaylee and I actually didn't take on any roles. We just had 20 characters assigned, and then we were just going to do hosting stuff, and we were still going to dress up and act the part and, you know, make up our own little characters. But it was perfect because 2 people legitimately did have an emergency, like emergency room emergency, and could not come. And it allowed Kaylee and I to step into that role, and it didn't ruin the game for everybody else. So, I mean, that was, we didn't think about that necessarily, but it turned out to be awesome. Pro tip number 2 is make sure you pick the right kit. We use Night of Mystery, and it's just because it's laid out so smooth. There's no, like, everyone's got to talk and, you know, have this story memorized or something, or be extremely dramatic. Our kit came with like a summary of who you are, and then you got like objectives to do during the mystery. So Night of Mystery was awesome for. I really like the idea of just having objectives of like you need to talk to this person and tell them, you know, A, B, and C. And to me, that really alleviated the like you could be as in character as you wanted to be. Like you didn't have to be selling out. You could talk as your normal self and just be, you know, in a costume if you wanted. But as long as you're relaying the right information, it made it really smooth. We ended up considering several different themes. So we did like the Gatsby, that'd be really fun, and like a Roaring Twenties or a Cowboy or Academy, whatever. We went through Night of Mystery, all their stuff, as well as other companies, like what themes sounded really fun. And we kept coming back to Night of Mystery's Trailer Park Tragedy. Like it just sounded so fun. We knew all of our friends would get into it, and I just realized my candle's crackling, and that's probably gonna be annoying to listen to. But if you were soothed by it, then maybe you're a Woodwick connoisseur as well, just like me. So the next tip I would say is like hype up your party. To me, that was a huge deal. We made a Facebook group and we added information all the time. Once people had their characters, they were trash talking one another, and I mean it was awesome. We had trophies that we gave out for the best dressed and best actor and whatnot. And so I mean I think all that stuff really contributed us to having a successful party. One element that I wish I would have done better at was just helping the mystery along. So as the host, I had already known, who the killer was and kind of what each character knew. And I noticed our guests kind of got, like, after the murder happened, they just went into like a defensive mode. So anytime someone would cast shade, they were just like, no, it wasn't me. And I really think if I would have just brought to everyone's attention that, like, hey, 19 of you are innocent and one of you is the murderer, like, I think they would have worked together and, like, at least had a better effort. But instead it was all just, like, accusing, and everyone was kind of getting maybe a little bored with the game. But I should have done a better job of, like, encouraging everyone to, like, work together to figure it out, like, look over the evidence and, re-talk through the objectives and stuff. So, I mean, that was my bad, but, I mean, we still had an awesome time. Like, everyone was just into playing their character. One thing we did, like, at the beginning of the night is, since we had 20 people, we were all firefighters, and so we all know each other and are buddies, but, like, our wives and girlfriends, some of them hadn't met, so my wife actually had the idea to, like, just go around and everyone kind of introduce themselves, but she had a good idea of, like, introduce who you are, who you were yesterday, and then who you are now. So, like, that made it really cool for people to explain, like, this is who I am, and this is who I'm married to, and then, like, this is my character, and this is what I know, and this is how I act. And so it kind of, like, it set everything up right, and then we started the game. This was also my first and only murder mystery party I had been to or hosted, so 20 people was a lot. Like, maybe too many. It was so fun, I don't even care. And we've had so many people see our little highlight reel and give us the, like, hey, next one we want to come to, like, we'll get into character. And so, I mean, we're only going to have a bigger party from here on. But if you're, like, super into the dinner part of it or the mystery part of it, starting with 20 people might be a bit audacious. It was well crafted. The whole mystery was. You could cast shade on anybody, and that made it pretty technical. And so you need, like, a bunch of people that are, like, willing to solve the mystery, like, if the mystery is your thing. We just wanted to have a good time with friends, and, we thought the mystery part of it would be fun as well, and it certainly was, and got people in characters, but, if we solved the mystery or not, like, we just wanted to have a good time, and that's our objective. But 20 people was a lot to try and figure out and host, and, I wouldn't have it any other way, but just FYI, it might be a lot for your first time. And another tip I would probably say is, like, I gave myself a couple hours before the party just to like have some downtime. And I thought that was, it wasn't something I was planned. I had just gotten all my stuff done and relaxed, but it was nice to be able to just, the excitement like kept me up the night before. It felt like Christmas morning. And so to get all my stuff done and just like be ready to, you know, get into character, it was really nice to have some downtime. So I will definitely make sure the next one that we do, I'll ensure that I have that as well. But that was just something small that happened. But I would, you know, that would be my advice to you, is to make sure that you get yourself a little downtime before guests show up. I hope these little tips and tricks will help you, you know, host a good murder mystery party. I'll put a link to the people we used, the Night of Mystery, below. I don't obviously get sponsored or get anything by advertising them, but it was just to, I thought it had the best package deal. If you know something better or one that's more fun, like, please send it my way. If you have any more questions or comments, like, send me a message or leave a comment. I'd be happy to share all the stuff I know or figured out. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.